All right, so I want to take a minute, share some thoughts in reference to just more updates as to the current silver fiasco that's unfolding. And it has a lot to do with the shortage and the ramifications that will come about in the days ahead. And as I look through the internet to get caught up on the latest news or whatnot. And so earlier today, I talked about bullion dealer in the UK offering a plus spot on certain coins. And so that's just one indication amongst many other things as to how the actual physical metals within the inventory of online and some coin shops. And I appreciate those that have sent and shared their on the ground analysis in reference to what's happening in their neighborhood. So I appreciate that. And also keep it coming if you are very active yourself in trying to pay attention to things as they unfold. But came across something from an account on X called Silver Trader. Does a good job of keeping a global event, global awareness, or rather, on the silver debacle. And so I have two posts that he made that I think further highlights, a lot of the things that I've been sharing on a day-to-day basis in reference to the importance of getting physical while you can, and more importantly, at any cost. And so just to start off right here, as you can see on the screen here, we got a picture that says sold out, and I'll read it and give my thoughts on it. It says, this came out earlier today. It says, wholesalers and most retailers of silver are now sold out worldwide. It says the CEO of one of the largest silver mints in the world, Scottsdale Mint, warns that the silver market is breaking. Then he goes on to say, it's a quote from him. It says, wholesalers and most consumers, direct shops at the retail silver products are sold out worldwide. Then it says more details to come. And so I'll, of course, keep you posted on that quote there and actually dive deeper when I actually get a hold of it. But the fact that it's no surprise when you have nations scrambling, you have, and as I mentioned before, we have retail FOMO, which is literally the beginning of the first inning of potential interest that will be coming as more people realize the severe nature of not being able to get the quantity of silver. Guaranteed, you can get some silver at a much higher cost, but being able to actually unload or write a large check or make a large purchase online to the tunes of five, perhaps even six figures, forget about it. And the reason I will say that is because in the same thread as well, literally around that same time, he mentioned something that he encountered when he went to go actually try to purchase something a couple of weeks ago. And so here on the screen, he shares a screen. Let me give it to you if I can. He shares a screenshot, which you really can't see, of a email that was sent to him from a online dealer that he ordered from a while back, and he just got notified that his order, unfortunately, they got to cancel it, and he'll be reimbursed on his card or whatnot. But I'll give you a little glimpse of what this little email screenshot says. It says here, "We're sorry. There was an issue with delayed items in your delivery order, so we have to cancel them." It says, any temporary hold on your credit card should be removed within 10 business days. Please contact your bank with questions. View the cancellation overview in your order details. You can reorder items from your order details at sometime in the future. And so, according to him, all he was trying to purchase was, at the time, looks like about 10 ounces that came up to $796, and that was canceled. And so, once again, assuming it's legit, the gentleman who shares this information tend to be very credible with his sources. And so, if this is him directly, literally, he just tried to order 10 ounces, and it was canceled. Not sure what dealer, not sure the details of it, but point in case is, I've been finding lots of stories that I talk about on the news updates in reference to the, SD Bullion, for example. They're having issues. They're having to kick out their delivery dates on their specialized mintage series that they produce themselves. So that's just one example. And then you have many, many other stories happening within the local jurisdictions as far as coin shops. And so I've had people tell me that some coin shops don't have anything but junk silver. Some coin shops only have something but bigger bars, and the premiums on them are a lot higher than what they would normally pay, just because they don't have access to an assortment of coins or rounds. And so literally right now we're witnessing the fact that the shortage is then impacting the business model for these online as well as coin shops. And as I mentioned earlier, it's just a matter of time before, I guess, the FOMO kicks in. And when the real FOMO kicks in, say second, third, fourth inning, weeks or perhaps months away, where will you be able to actually get your silver from and the quantity that you want? You'll always be able to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ounces. You probably have to do some actual local bartering. Then again, if you do that route, if you go that route, if it's a non-trusted, authorized dealer, be very careful, because you better believe with all this increased demand in physical silver, you have a gang of people out here also providing fakes. And so we're going to hear all kinds of stories, I'm sure, if they're not already, about people getting robbed. People thinking they're getting a discount by buying bulk in silver and getting completely robbed. That is coming, and I'm sure it's happening right now. So what I want to do is check in real quick, let you know that once you have online orders being canceled because dealers can't meet obligations, you have a serious problem. And then what I find the most interesting is that if there was any question about this particular cancellation, it says here, it says view the cancellation overview in your order details. So literally, when you go to buy online, they have to have disclaimers. Due to increased demand and the scarcity of this and that, orders may not be able to be fulfilled in a timely manner. We hold the right to be able to cancel at any time. You know how the small contract lingo goes, where they try to protect themselves so that they're not sued for false advertisement or for some type of bad business practices and stuff like that. So this is what's happening in real time. And so once again, heading to the end of this week, we got this whole Russia situation where apparently a Russian tanker, we don't know if it's Russian or not, but it had a Russian flag on it, but it's supposed to be a Venezuelan tanker that had a Russian flag on it. I saw one of the press secretary talk about earlier that they don't recognize that, and the ship was stateless, meaning that it's traveling on the ocean and it's stateless, meaning it doesn't belong to any nation. Come on now, we know what's going on with that. And then you have China, and then you have the whole Taiwan situation, and then all the other things happening right now. But it's only the 6th day of the new year, and we are experiencing some very interesting things, I might add. So once again, silver price right now, $77. Irrelevant, completely irrelevant, because if you could go out and find an ounce of silver for $77, it's probably fake. And or the person you're buying it from, if you know them or trust them, they haven't cut on the TV, or they haven't really been paying attention to events, because nobody will let it go at exactly the Western's version of a spot price. Because yesterday, the benchmark in China closed at $90. Therefore, it's good to say tomorrow it's going to be around there, if not more. And we're going to be heading towards $100 from the Chinese benchmark. And then, of course, LBMA, Crimex, they're going to have to do something. And we're going to find out what that is. But anyway, just taking a minute to share my 2 cents. Curious what you think. Let me know in the comment section. Let me know any stories worthwhile. If you feel free to reach out to me. I'll include the email where you can send me stories or just communicate with me in general, because I want to keep on top of this so I can continue to educate the community, as well as provide, real up-to-date information, counter the fake news that we're going to get from the media. But other than that, it's going to be interesting, people. Be blessed. See you guys tomorrow.